Hello, and welcome to another edition of the More Than Able podcast. I'm Margie, along with my friend Kerri, who is here to talk about all of her amazing achievements. Hi, Kerri.
Hi.
So let's start off with how we met. It was Young Life, right?
Yep.
And we met through mutual friends. And I remember when I met you, you were just so vivacious and so funny and so fun. And I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is like a mini me. I love it. And with Young Life, for those of you that don't know what it is, Young Life is where people go to learn about Jesus, right?
Yep.
And there's different groups for Young Life. There's Young Life College. There's Young Living for the moms who are teenagers. But yours that you did was Capernaum.
Yep.
And can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I was involved with Young Life Capernaum throughout the end of my high school years and the beginning of my transition years. I went to one club and I realized, wow, I loved it so much. I built so many friendships there. The rest is history.
So, for those that don't know what Young Life Capernaum is, can you kind of give like a little description?
Yeah. So Young Life Capernaum is the chapter that deals with people with disabilities.
Awesome. And you have a disability.
I do.
Would you mind sharing a little bit about that?
I can. So I have Asperger's syndrome and I also have an anxiety disorder.
Wow. And how does that affect your everyday life?
Oh gosh. I would probably have to say it really affects me. There's times where I just don't know how to handle something and my brain just goes on and on about it and there's no real stopping it.
Wow. And if you wouldn't mind sharing, do you have any certain techniques or like things you do like when you're in the midst of an anxiety attack? I know for me, like when I have an anxiety attack, I just need to take a step back and breathe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. There's times where I get it a lot at work and I just step away from what I'm doing, get a drink of water, and then I sometimes walk around the store to help me calm down. So
that's great. And where do you work?
I am working at Lunds and Byerly's.
And what do you do?
I am a cashier.
And how long have you been doing that?
Almost 8 years.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And have you enjoyed it?
I love it.
Or do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Great. And how does working at the grocery store affect you? Like, I know you said you sometimes like get anxious, but do you sometimes enjoy it, or do you enjoy it all the time? Or
yeah, there's bits and pieces. It kind of changes day by day. There recently we had one of my favorite bosses got transferred to another store, so we've had a lot of management turnover, and I was really bummed when she left. I felt like I couldn't go to anyone else but her at the time. And I was just like, okay, what do I do now in this case? And luckily, one of my other supervisors was literally like my second hand and walking me through that this is her time, that she's getting transferred to another store. It's common in the grocery business to have so much turnover.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. I can't imagine what that must have felt like for you. In addition to doing Capernaum Young Life, which I know you're not doing anymore, you've also started working with another organization called Best Buddies, correct?
Yep.
Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So Best Buddies is a worldwide organization that builds one-to-one friendships with a person with a disability and a person without a disability. It's kind of similar to Big Brothers Big Sisters, but it's a little bit different. They have 4 different pillars that fall under the category of Best Buddies. They have living, jobs, and then I can't remember what the other 2 pillars are right now. But anyway,
okay.
I'm in their Citizens program, which is a one-to-one friendship with the person without a disability and a person with. So I've been involved with that, and I actually found this group during COVID. So
Oh, wow.
I've loved being a part of it, and I still do love being part of it. And I got the opportunity in July to go to a leadership conference sponsored by Best Buddies. So I'm kind of really excited for that.
Yay!
Yep.
So this July, correct? Okay.
Yep.
So what's the conference going to be about? Do you know?
This is the first year they've had it in person since COVID hit. But what I know about it is it's with everyone in the entire country coming together for kind of like, they call it an inclusion celebration. So it's housed on the Indiana University campus, which is really nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so amazing. So you said you found Best Buddies during COVID. Did you see it online, or did somebody tell you about it? Or
Well, I had kind of heard about it through another friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started searching, and I'm like, wait a second, this actually sounds like something I could enjoy. So I signed up, and I did have a match in the Citizens program for a while, but now I'm actually matchless right now because none of the matches that I had were really a good fit. So one of them did, but she ended up getting pregnant, so she was kind of had to step down.
Oh.
So it was. I've liked the buddies that I've had, but it's time for a change.
Yeah.
And now I have a whole group at my church that's starting a chapter too. So.
Oh, wow. That's great. So are you going to be a part of that?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm going to be a part of that one.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. And I know you're dating somebody.
I am.
And how is that going, if you don't mind me asking?
It is actually going kind of well. I've been with him for almost 8 years.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, we have our ups and downs sometimes, but all relationships have that.
Absolutely.
So, but things are going really well.
Oh, good. And is he a part of Best Buddies too?
He is gonna try to be. He hasn't yet, but he's gonna be.
Awesome. Let's talk about your family a little bit, because I remember you telling me that both of your brothers are also on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And how is that, like, having 2 brothers who are also on the spectrum like yourself?
Yeah. So my 2 brothers are more severely autistic than I am. In fact, I'm now the only one that lives at home. My younger brother actually just moved out a couple months ago.
Oh, wow.
And he's now living with his PCA, not too far from where I am, but still. And then my older brother lives in a group home.
Oh, wow.
So
And are you close with your brothers?
I'm closer to my older brother than I am my younger brother.
Yeah.
My younger brother I practically never see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's the one that's more challenging than my older brother.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the fact that he's at a new home.
Oh, yeah.
He's still every time my parents come visit him, they're like, "Time to go home." We have to keep telling him, "Honey, you're our home."
Oh.
So it's an adjustment.
Yeah. So, what is it like for you being the only one at home?
Yeah, it's still an adjustment for me
Mhm.
because it's really hard for me because I'm so high functioning. It's like I don't qualify for a lot of the stuff that my brothers get. So
Mhm.
it's difficult for me to figure out
Mhm.
what I want to do next.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure it out, but it's difficult.
Yeah. And what do you want to be doing?
My goal in life is probably to either live with somebody or kind of move closer to like trying to get on in my own place but with some supported help. But it's really hard because like there's not a lot of places and agencies out there anymore that like for me, I don't qualify for a state waiver.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's really hard because so many of those places require waivers.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. And I know, speaking from my experience, that can be really challenging because it's like you and your parents are trying to figure out, like, okay, where do I fit in with these waivers? And
Exactly.
so, do you have a good relationship with your parents?
I
would you
do.
say?
I do.
Yeah.
It's a good day and a bad day. It comes and goes. One day could be good. One good day could be down the
Drain.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you like to do for fun?
Oh gosh. I really like shopping. I'm one of those people that can spend her entire paycheck in 5 minutes. Um, I I totally love shopping. I love hanging out with friends. Whenever I'm not home, I'm always doing something. Whether it's just hanging out with my boyfriend or whether it's shopping or I love doing everything. I'm involved with so many different social groups. It's not even funny.
That is so awesome. So, for those people who are looking to join Best Buddies,
Mm-hmm.
do you know how they could get involved? Or
Yeah, so we do a lot with there's one contact that I know and she's like our state director. Um her name is Katie DeMarais.
Okay.
And she is she really is the main person that everybody contacts. A lot of our activities that we do over the summer are virtual, and I know most of the activities that we do are in person, but during the summer it's a lot virtual. We've done things from twins games to movies to ice castles that we saw in the winter. You name it, we've probably done it.
Oh, that is so awesome. Wow. So, going back to Best Buddies again,
Yeah.
so you were raising money to attend a leadership conference?
Yes.
Right?
And I ended up raising almost $400 for the conference itself.
All right, 3 snaps for that.
and
Yes.
and now I am the only thing I have to deal with is airfare.
Oh my gosh. And where are you going?
Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How fun is that? So it's just a conference, or are you going to?
So it's a conference that a lot of the Best Buddies people go to every summer. In the past, they've done it virtually because of COVID, but they're starting to do it again in person because COVID is finally slowing down. And thank God. It basically is a long weekend that builds skills for its members. So since I'm an ambassador, which is telling the world about Best Buddies like I'm doing here today. And it's kind of really cool because I get to experience as an ambassador this conference.
That's so awesome. And do you know like how many other people are going to be there?
I'm not exactly sure how many people from this state are going, but I know it's from all the 50 states are going to be at the conference, like Best Buddies chapters from all the 50 states.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And will you have like support people with you?
Yep. So we are flying together with one of the interns of Best Buddies Minnesota. Her name is Lizzie, and she's going to be flying with us. We'll always have once we're on the campus, we can't go off the campus at all.
Right.
So we'll always have a staff on our floor from Best Buddies. So it's nice. We stay in the dorms of the campus. It's going to be a really nice experience for me.
That's awesome. Have you traveled like without your parents before?
No. So this is a new experience for me entirely.
I'm sure you're going to be great.
Yeah. I'm really excited.
Oh, good. And so when is the conference?
It is July 20th through the 24th.
Oh my gosh, how cool. And then do you have any other like events after that?
Not that oh wait, I do actually. So in August, at the end of August, I am going up to Camp Knutson with my Bridging Hearts social group.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what is Bridging Hearts?
Bridging Hearts is another social group that is kind of like Best Buddies, but it's kind of more, it was started by a mom and her daughter. And it kind of, there's a social piece, and then there's an online, kind of like a Facebook account, but it's more for only Bridging Hearts members. So, and all the events that Bridging Hearts does are for Bridging Hearts members.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's the camp I'm doing at the end of August is a Bridging Hearts retreat, kind of.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've done that before.
Yeah.
So I've had a blast. We went up to Camp Knutson on Cross Lake, and it was just a wonderful weekend getaway.
Yes, because who doesn't need that every once in a while, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you like to do when you're at camp?
So one of my favorite things to do when we're up there is probably tubing. And then one of the other things we do that I really like is we take a pontoon boat ride to Dairy Queen on one of the last nights of camp.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to ask, what is your favorite ice cream flavor, or even Blizzard?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I have so many. But my favorite one would have to be the chocolate covered strawberry Blizzard.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Kerri, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And thank you all for listening. And just remember, you are more than able.